Hi everybody. I wanted to start a series of videos dedicated to the past papers that you can find on the Edexcel site. This one is from Unit 1, May 2019. I believe that given that I do not have a particular plan as to what's the best way to present these things, so you either make a choice of going through them together with me as it is happening to me, otherwise it's just a simple repetition which I don't like at all, or I believe there will be a short summary in the comment section which just summarizes the ideas when they have appeared, as we've run through the whole thing. Well, I've at least. It's not the first time that I see this paper, so let's jump to it. 2019, so not long ago. There is something I want to specify right from the beginning. So Unit 1 is context and identity, if you remember. Context is the language, yeah, and the identity is the speaker persona. What I want to add here is that the language in use and the context in which the speaker is acting are united by the topic. So, and the topic, I mean the overall topic for both speakers, by the way, because in Unit 1 we have two speakers. So the topic is always socially oriented. You know, there is always some issue which is burning and very topical, such as here you will see it is education deprivation among females, or in very general terms it is education. So topics is always socially oriented. Let's put it in these words. What else have we had already here? As far as I remember, so education, we've just said, disability, racism, some psychological issues and problems, I believe, which is, personal and social problems. Homelessness, by the way, is another thing. Maybe something related to global warming, or just the problems of nature and the environment, relationships between human beings and their environments, urbanization possibly, not sure about this one, but I hope that you've caught the idea. So always socially oriented. I remember that last year we tried to suggest, some random topic that may pop up, because they sometimes may be repeated to some extent. We didn't guess it right. So let's take a look here. It's once again education. You may remember that there are two speakers, thus we have two modes and two possibly different formats. Let's take a look at them. We're covering section A only, so which is going to be a comparative evaluation, or if you want to put it the other way around, the evaluative comparison of the speakers acting within the context and the language that they're using. So here, in this video, I want to cover the general things that one should start with, so to say, because there are several things related to this past paper. Firstly, there are scripts, the answers given by the students, which is great. We could look into them and look through them, evaluating their choices together. Also, there is a open mark scheme with the examples from the Edexcel board available, which is also pretty nice. So not only can we make use of their official suggestions, but also these suggestions can be used in your written piece. So it is kind of there giving you the material. It's up to you to find it and structure in the best possible way in the written form. So in this video, my plan is to go through the general aspects that one should start with. So the first text and the second text, text A and text B. Let's first of all highlight what modes and speakers we have. So firstly, it is text A is an extract. Text B is also an extract. The first one is extract from an article, and another one is speech. They're all extracts, of course. It's not the main part here. So which is the main part is that we have the article and then we have a speech. So right from the beginning you can say that one is written, right, and another one is spoken. I may be wrong, but usually I believe they present different modes. It's a really good idea for me to look through what is available and present some statistics as it is, because otherwise it is what I remember, but I may remember incorrectly. So here in particular we have both modes, written and spoken. We check for the topic that they're interrelated. In text A it is education, and in text B it is international tour, promote, so let girls learn initiative. Well, it is, in other words, education as well. I think I need to choose different coloring for this. Speakers, do they mention then? Not yet. So for text A, the speaker is unknown. We'll put a question mark for the speaker. In text B, the speaker is mentioned. It is Michelle Obama, and there is some setting, Madrid 2016. I don't remember if I said it in the previous videos that what is given to you at the beginning, basically these things here. This is very important. Many students just, look through these things quickly, jump to the texts. I wouldn't do that, because I believe that the information, we don't have anything in bold here yet. We have it there in the text, but in the task there is already so many little details that you can highlight, note down, and understand the general picture, which is extremely important because there is a lot of work. Personally, I would say that Unit 1 must be the most difficult unit among the 4, because not only do you need to evaluate the language, but you also need to compare the speakers' identities. And you're not writing about one thing, but you're writing about 2 contexts, and you don't have a lot of time. If I'm not mistaken, it should be written within 60 minutes or even less. What's the timing here? Let's check. 1 hour and 45 minutes, so it's 105 minutes. Yeah, 50 minutes for each. Well, I would say that 1 hour, maybe plus something for section A, because section B is shorter and you receive less points for it, fewer points for it. But it's not what we're going to discuss right now. So we move on to discover who is the speaker, or who presented something for the article, which is text A. So we've covered the modes here. We've covered who the speakers are, possibly they're mentioned. We've covered the field. We see that there are different modes. We can also, by the way, say that the function for Michelle Obama, the primary function, was to promote her initiative. And in text A, we don't really know, because usually there are not many details given here, but we'll figure it out. Then this part is always the same. They give the bullet points, what we need to do. We need to analyze, compare. What we analyze and compare. The language of... so we analyze and compare the language and how it helps to convey personal identity, which, in my opinion, should also be compared. So, in other words, it is how does the speaker use the language in order to achieve the goals of their communication, and also build up and present their personal identity, which is the picture about themselves. The presentation to the audience, of course. Relevant language frameworks, concepts, issues, social, cultural, gender factors, contextual factors, mode, field, function, audience. I think everybody is familiar with this. So I would like to jump to the first text. So let's see, are there any details that we haven't found in that upper section? There are. Look, this is another very important part. When you get down to reading the content of the texts, look, there is always this section, very important section here, for text A and then for text B. So this is the information that we have to use, and we have to look through it extremely carefully, because there are more details to the general context and the information about the speaker's identity already. Not about the language yet, because for the language it's going to be the content of the text, but definitely the information about the speakers and the contexts in general terms is already there. So we're moving on to find out what is given to us for free. Let's pick the blue color. Edited extract from the article, we know that already. We can highlight it once again quickly. New Statesman, we understand that it's a newspaper. British Political Cultural, well, it's a magazine to be correct. Political Cultural Magazine. So the source, we can actually highlight that it is the source. Source is here. Political Cultural Magazine. Good. September 2016. Usually it's not important, because we don't really need to add anything extra, from our knowledge and all that. So the date is not that important. Article discusses the issue of falling levels of educational attainment in white working class boys in England. This is something we're looking for. I don't remember the color, but I believe it was green for the function. So we found here that they give us the primary function for text A So the speakers, they say the article, what does it do? It discusses what? The issue of falling levels of educational attainment in white working class boys in England. So we highlight this part, being both the function and the field. Yeah, we've said that the field is education primarily, but here we have the details that it is education, and specifically in England, and even more specifically among the white working class boys. And we understand that it is about the falling levels. You see, it's a lot already for the general picture. So we say that there is a function plus field. Let's say that it's a specific field, because once again the general field we've highlighted already. It is education, educational issues, problems. After that, the Marling School in Kent, I hope I pronounced it right. The Marling School in Kent exemplifies the problem, and Carl Roberts, principal at the school, provides his opinions on the issue. We finally have gotten the speaker, Carl Roberts, and we understand his position. Like, what does he do? He's principal at the school. Perfect. See, there is so much given to us already. What does he do? Speaking of the function again, he provides his opinion on the problem. What's the... sorry, I've deleted it. What is the difficulty here that we can see right from the beginning? I believe that we really need to highlight both the function of the article, which is to present, right, and also the purposes of the speaker, who and it is Carl Roberts, and his purpose is to provide his opinion. So there is the gradation, so to say, the function of the genre which we have. The article discusses the issue as it's given here, and Carl Roberts, whose words are in the article, provides his opinion. So maybe it's from his side, it is not only to discuss but to do something else, and this is very important. Okay, for text A, more details found. Then we're moving. We understand once again, yeah, that the speaker is Carl Roberts, but given that it is an article, we're unlikely to have his quotations only. So I think we need to put it. Let's draw a quick footnote. So function of the article we have, then purpose of the speaker, and also there is the author. This is why I've decided to put a footnote here. So the author of the article, right? I would say that these two must be interrelated, but who knows? It's better to understand it at the beginning. So function and the author. There are several things related to the author, yeah? At least if we start, there may be author's bias, for example. So it's a good question to ask whether the author is biased, which means that the author gives evidence to a certain standpoint that was chosen before, or the author doesn't do that. So there is also another one, the author's intervention, you know, and basically we can say that here it's better to put the author's voice. Okay, that's the wording. So the author's voice, and then the bias and some other things to remember. Now, moving on to Michelle Obama. You see, there is already a lot that we've discussed, and this is just the premediation. So this is the preparation stage when we're trying to get the image of the context in which the speakers are acting, and so on and so forth, without any look at the language that they're using within this context. So, text B, we remember that it is Michelle Obama. She's the speaker. Given that it's a speech here, it's highly likely that we will have direct quotations, direct wording, which means that it is first person, as I and we, probably, from her perspective. Then we by the way haven't highlighted before the audience, which is mentioned here. She's speaking to girls and young women in Madrid. It was specified that it is Spain, so it was her visit, which was a part of an international tour to promote her Let Girls Learn initiative. A bigger picture for us, yes. Once again, they highlight the function for us. Where is it? Here it is. Promote her initiative. See, some things are repeated, some things are not. Michelle Obama is the wife of Barack Obama, who was president of the United States from 2009 to 2017. Some additional information for us if you have never heard of Michelle Obama. These are the details that you may find useful. Let's try to give a suggestion to why may we find them useful. So, wife of Barack Obama, what can we say? We just, now with the question mark here. Wife meaning woman, right? And also she's speaking about a problem related to girls, and the primary audience here is girls in Madrid. So she's woman, wife as they put. Also, husband is a politician. So is she politician? Is she politician too? Question mark. Politician. Is he a politician too? I spelled it wrong. Sorry. That's the misuse of the of everything. Okay, that's the correct wording. The joke was, there was no joke, right? So that's the correct wording. So she, politician. After that, can we also say she promotes the thing? So promoter. And we can add woman, wife, what is related to that semantic field. Mother, possibly, yeah. So these are some details that can be presented, at random. Maybe they can help you. Maybe you will not need them, but it's all right. Are we missing something? I think we don't, because let's summarize what we've done. So for both text A and text B, we've highlighted the context, which is, let me put it here. So what have we done? Context, is highlighted, plus speakers found and provided their roles, plus, so we will understand who is speaking. Settings, more or less, plus, yes, which means where and when. Where, when. What else have we done? The given information used. So we have only evaluated the information given to us in the sections before the text. I think that in the next video we're gonna peek into the contents of the text, which is our next step, yeah, to be looking for the specific details in relation to their to the representation of their pictures about themselves, which is the self-identity of the speakers. Are we missing something here? Context, speakers, settings, the info used. Yes. So a possible plan is something that you can also try and draw here, but it is when you are already skillful enough and can, on looking through the content of the texts, understand the features that you would like to present and the order of those speeches. So a possible plan, which is the structure, and I will not be bored repeating that structure is absolutely important, and one really wants to have it before writing something. Alright, I hope it's been a useful one, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for your kind attention. Bye bye.